Have you ever been on a school trip that just felt wrong? Like, from the moment you stepped onto the bus, a strange, heavy feeling settled in the pit of your stomach? Well, I have, and I'll never forget it. It was my sophomore year of high school. Our history class was going on a 3-day trip to an old historic mining town called Blackwood Creek. It was one of those places that had been preserved to look exactly like it did in the 1800s. We were all excited. A break from school, a chance to hang out with friends. What could be better? The bus ride was long, about 5 hours. We arrived as the sun was setting, casting long, eerie shadows across the dusty main street. The town was unsettling. The wooden buildings leaned at odd angles, their windows like hollow, vacant eyes. Our teacher, Mr. Harrison, checked us into the only hotel in town, the Blackwood Inn. It was a creaky 4-story building that smelled of damp wood and something else. Something faintly metallic like old blood. My friends and I, Liam, Maya, and Chloe, were assigned a room on the top floor. The hallway was narrow, lined with faded, peeling wallpaper. As we unlocked our door, the hinges groaned in protest. The room itself was vintage. 4 single beds with lumpy mattresses, a single flickering bulb hanging from the ceiling, and a large dark wood wardrobe in the corner. The window looked out over the town cemetery. Perfect. The first night was weird. We kept hearing noises, footsteps pacing in the hallway when no one was there. The sound of a child giggling, which was impossible since we were the only guests. We tried to laugh it off, blaming the old building, our overactive imaginations. But the feeling of being watched was constant, a prickle on the back of my neck that wouldn't go away. The second day, we toured the old mine. The guide, a grim-faced old man with a permanent scowl, told us the town's history. He spoke of prosperity of the gold rush, but then his voice would drop. He'd mention accidents, cave-ins. A whole crew of miners, including several children who worked as nippers, who vanished without a trace in Tunnel 7. That tunnel had been sealed off for over a century. That night, things escalated. We were in our room trying to play cards when we heard it again. The giggling, but this time it was closer. It sounded like it was coming from inside our room. We all froze, and then the wardrobe door, which we had made sure was latched shut, slowly creaked open. Inside there was nothing, just empty, dark space. We were terrified. Liam, trying to be the brave one, walked over and slammed it shut, sliding the heavy bolt across. We all huddled together, sleep forgotten. For the rest of the night, we heard scratching from inside the wardrobe. A frantic, desperate scratching like a trapped animal. The final morning, we couldn't get out of there fast enough. We didn't even eat breakfast. As we were dragging our bags down the hallway, I glanced back at our room door. It was slightly ajar, even though I knew we had closed it. And just for a second, I thought I saw a small, pale face peeking through the crack. On the bus ride home, no one was laughing or joking. Everyone was quiet, staring out the windows. Mr. Harrison looked exhausted, his face pale. Later, I overheard him talking to another teacher. He said he would never, ever take a class to Blackwood Creek again. When I got home, I couldn't shake the feeling of dread. I unpacked my bag, throwing my clothes in the laundry. As I picked up my hoodie, something small and heavy fell out of the pocket and clattered onto the floor. It was an old tarnished silver locket. I'd never seen it before in my life. My hands were trembling as I opened it. Inside, there wasn't a picture. Instead, etched into the metal were 2 words: Tunnel 7. I swear for a moment the air in my room grew cold and I heard the faint, distant sound of a child giggling. I threw the locket in a box, buried it deep in my closet, and I've never opened it since. Some school trips you remember for the fun you had. I remember mine for the part of it that I think I accidentally brought home with me.